My beautiful Aqua gang, what it do, you guys? It's your girl, Empress 777 here today with a general message. It's going to be for the new thing, y'all, okay? Current and new, baby. They either already arrived or they are about to. I hope you guys are doing super fantastic. I most certainly am. We have already cleansed and cleared the energy, so we're ready to jump right in, okay? It does feel like it's prepped. It's prepped and primed. That could be, okay, a signifier that you're ready to go. You both are ready for this, okay? It's like you were ready for each other when you met is what I'm hearing, okay? Or you will be. So Holy Angels and Spirit guys, whoa. They have a lot to say. They have a lot to say. All right, Holy Angels and Spirit guys, come through. Give us exactly what we need to know in regards to Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. It's going to be for that new thing, okay? This is those of you who are dealing with someone on the newer end, or this could be somebody who is on their way in very soon here, okay? So give us additionally, or give us what we need to know. We don't have any pre-shuffle during this reading. Starting fresh. This is starting from scratch, baby. So that definitely is a signifier that, like I said, this is something very fresh, something very new, a clean slate, right? Feels like you healed, you're completely healed, everything is wiped out on both ends. So you're both very, like I said, very much so prepped and primed and ready to kind of explore something completely and totally different. So give us what we need to know in regards to this new energy. How are we starting this off, Spirit? How are we starting it off? Period. So we have planned our future on the first date. Are they going to tell you this? No. Okay. We're kind of tapping into their inner energy. We're spying a bit here. All right. I will work for you. So this is somebody who definitely believes in putting in effort. They don't believe in getting something for nothing. I love that for you. Okay. So that's a shift in pace. I do feel like this is somebody who does view you as someone who is worth it, but they also view you as someone who does need to be worked for. So you're giving a little bit hard to get. You may be not easily impressed by certain things, which they like. Okay, I don't get any vibes that they don't like that. Okay, it's sort of like, you know your worth. They can see it, you can see it, they can feel it, and they are willing to show up for that. Insane chemistry. Okay, sparks of fly. Are there sparks? Just go with the flow. So I do feel like they want to move a lot faster than what they're leading on. Okay. They are tempering themselves, you guys. So from the very first time that they meet you, they can kind of see a future with you, right? Like I said, are they leading with that? No. Okay, they kind of want to know you better. They want to know what you've been through. They want to know your story. They want to know, do you believe in love, right? Like, what is your goals? What are your plans? They're going to ask some very intentional questions, this one. That is how you're going to know who I'm talking about. The conversing between you and this individual is one that is very intentional. So they will kind of lead with the idea that they like you, but they will also be asking some very poignant and important questions. It's going to be important for you to not view this person's inquisitive energy or their inquisitions as interrogation or as somebody who is trying to read you, someone who is trying to garner information in order to store it away for later. Let's make sure we're not viewing it as that. I think that you will quite like the fact that this person is really in tune. So this is somebody who, like I said, they're very inquisitive. They will ask a lot of questions, but they're going to listen. You see what I'm saying? They will listen. They are asking these questions for a reason. This is not for naught, right? They are understanding that it will require work. They want to know what your story was, okay, and why you require so much work. Not so much, okay? It's a little joke. Little jokey joke, okay? You're not too much. You were never asking for too much. This is just somebody who recognizes, it's sort of like that real recognize real. Okay, so I feel like they also hold themselves to a high esteem, but they are being realistic. That looks is not going to get it, right? The shallow things that are contributing to this chemistry, right? This desire to want to be around each other, to talk to each other more, to see each other, right? To want to call you the second you exchange numbers type shit. They understand that that is just the beginning. That's just the surface level, right? It's going to take a lot more to acquire what it is that they feel they see between the two of you. So a very positive energy initially, right? Right off the gate. So let's unpack where they've come from. You're trying to see what Aquarius done been through. I want to know what you've been through, ma'am, sir, bro, sis. What have you been through? What is this person's past looking like? I wasn't planning on taking this route, but of course, y'all know I'm not in control here. Just go with the flow. So maybe they definitely have always wanted, is what I'm hearing, like a committed relationship. They like long-term relationships. They like the idea of, having a partner, right? Exclusivity. They don't date for no reason, right? They always date with intention. They date with a purpose. Tell me about this person's past. Okay, so we have date that came out in the reverse. So this is somebody who's probably placed themselves on hold. They've been single for quite some time, which I like. Maybe they had some things to work on within themselves, right? You're definitely, yeah, so they were making healthier choices. So they could have definitely had some more toxic connections in the past. Not toxic, but just connections that they learned a lot of lessons in, is what I will say. Connections that they rushed into, right? Connections that they tried to force to fit. And now they're just kind of trying to go with the flow, even though the chemistry here is quite intense. They want to go out with you more. They want to call you more. They want to inquire more. They want a little bit more, but they do recognize that they need to temper themselves, pace themselves, and they're really working to understand who you are, like I said, and who you've been through, right? So they may feel like this is a fated meeting, because even if they have been on dates, nobody has really kept their attention, has caught their attention in the way that you have. I don't get this person to be a playboy or a playgirl. They don't play games, okay? They just kind of are very decisive. They know what it is that they want. So this is the type of person that gets them in, gets them out, gets them in, gets them out, gets them in, gets them out. So they'll meet somebody, date somebody, understand who they are all in one date, and that is how they decide whether or not we're going to move forward from here, right? What you will notice is that this person is continuously coming back, right? Like they're continuously, it's very persistent is the word we should be using, okay? They are recognizing this as a sudden change in their own emotions, in their own feelings, because this person could have possibly kind of written off the idea of love. This is why they potentially want to have this conversation with you. It's not that they didn't think that love exists. They do believe in love. It's just they've had a lot of disappointments. Okay, they have had a lot of unlucky breaks, and this has been a sudden change in that. Okay, a transformation, if you will, or a transition into something that feels more real, something that actually feels healthy from the very jump. But they're trying not to like jump the gun on that, right? They do recognize that it's going to take time in order for them to actually see whether or not the two of you can work together. But the initial response is kind of intense there, okay? Kind of intense. So let's see. I just want to pull a few romance oracles, and then we'll jump into some tarot. I will work for you. So this is not the type of person where you could just kind of, like, here's the thing. You can push them away, but they're going to be very persistent, this one, okay? They will come back for more, and more, and more. All right. Whoa. So we have flirt. Okay. So this is definitely what is signified as the very first kind of notch on the attraction belt. Okay, it says extend your lighthearted energy to others. They feel like you're very flirtatious. They're trying to decipher whether or not your flirtatious energy is just you being nice, or is it you know, having a thing for them, because they definitely have a thing for you. So most certainly having questions, right? Trying to figure out who you are. Like, who's this character that I have met? They do deem you to be somebody different, though, okay, is what I will say, right? Like, it's a change. It is a sudden change in the caliber of person that they are now attracting. We have true love, but that kind of flew down below. I had to kind of catch it before it fell completely. So this is a signifier of what's being hidden, right? Like what they're kind of trying to keep close to their vest, close to their chest. They don't want to lead with that, okay? They don't want to run you away. We have getting to know each other in the reverse, right? So they're like, I can't just throw that out the window. I can't jump the gun on this. I've done that in the past, and that wasn't the healthiest decision. So this person is definitely, they've learned lessons, and they're actually operating as a person who has learned those lessons, you guys. So I really love that for them. Let's see. Just want to pull true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. So I do get that the two of you will have tons of fun together. The spark is almost instantaneous when you meet this individual. But I just like that healthy choices came out, because I feel like the both of you have struggled with that in the past. And this is a good shift in pace, right? With the lightning card. It's an epiphany. There could be something very different about both of you, right? Because it's a change. Excuse me. There's something that the two of you share in common with your views on either a relationship or the type of person that you would have attracted before, or what you consider to be your type that has now changed, right? It's an epiphany about wow, I didn't even know that I liked this kind of person, or I didn't even know that I needed this. I didn't know that I would have liked that. I didn't know that that would be so attractive to me, right? I do feel like that's mirrored energy between the two of you. It's a mirrored sentiment. So it's very balanced here, you guys, okay? So you could also be embodying this energy of wanting to go with the flow, yet also feeling this instantaneous attraction to this person. It's sort of like you both can feel it, but you're trying not to have expectations because of your disappointments from the past. So that's understandable, right? Like, don't beat yourself up over that. You're just being cautious. We have new birth, but this is the beginning, right? This is the beginning. This is something new. This is a new cycle. This is a new person. This person does not operate off of the same vibration or caliber of people that you were attracting before. And the same goes for them in reference to who you are. So it's very new. It's different. It's a metamorphosis in relation to the kind of relationships that the two of you are attracting. Okay, it says birthing something new, and it also says come into being. So there could be something that awakens in both of you about who you are as a person, or about how you are received by another person. Okay, so that feels very specific. These messages are general, right? Only take what resonates with you. And if you're a cross watcher dealing with an Aquarius who have just met an Aquarius, or you're getting ready to, then place yourself where you belong in the storyline. But there's something about coming into this. So they're kind of pointing to this lightning card, right? True love is not work. True love is not one that feels a certain way in which you would have felt in the past. This is a mirrored sentiment as well. The two of you have a lot of mirrored energy. They're pointing out the word epiphany again, and they're pointing out the phrase come into being. So it's like there's a certain way that you were received in the past, and them as well, by past lovers, right? That could be intimidation. That could be people trying to dumb you down. That could be people trying to manipulate you. Whatever it was, you are witnessing someone experience you in a new light. And it's very pure. It's beautiful. Okay, this is somebody who can handle you. This is somebody who is not intimidated by you. This is not someone who is intimidated by their own feelings. This is not someone who is insecure, right? So they operate with confidence. They are not leading with their ego. So they're also able to experience you in a more pure manner because of that, right? Like, that's what I feel. I really like it, guys, okay? I have to say that. We have, okay. Sacred sexuality. Okay, purring. That thing. Okay, listen. Okay, that thing gonna be purring for you, or your thing gonna be purring for them. There's a very heightened sexual energy here. That doesn't mean that you're gonna lead with that. Of course not. These are all underlining energies. You're both deciding on a subconscious level or consciously to yourselves. This is not like an actual conversation that you're having with each other. It's sort of like at the same time, you both feel this insane chemistry, this sexual charge, this pull towards one another, a great deal of attraction and flirtatious energy, which feels really good, but you're looking for something real. You're looking for something true. So you're tempering yourselves. Okay. You're deciding to go with the flow and not rush things, right? Not allow your emotions to escape you or get away from you. This could be a fire sign for some of you, okay? Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, all right? This is somebody who is also recognizing that they want a really intimate relationship, and intimacy is a lot more than sexually charged energy, right? They want to intimately know someone. They want it to be real. They want it to be pure. They want to lead with that level of intimacy and vulnerability that will allow things to cultivate into something extremely beautiful, a union, right? Wow. This is something that keeps coming up in the readings lately. So as a collective, we may all be running into not only a loving connection that might have a little bit of hesitancy in it because you don't actually know if it's real. You're trying to figure out, is it too good to be true sort of thing? But the soulmate energy just keeps coming up. So we may all collectively be getting ready to experiencing something very beautiful. Okay, it's a soul contract. I don't get karmic energy out of this at all. In fact, I feel like the karmic debts have been paid for the majority of us, right? Does that mean that you're not learning lessons anymore? No, of course not. We all are still learning. However, I feel like in terms of your love life, the lessons have come to a completion. for now, right? There will be new lessons. They won't be as tough. They won't be as painful, right? They won't be as karmic. They won't feel as karmically driven. They're not the kind of lessons that will break you or need to break a certain part of you so that you can make healthier choices. It's just a different avenue, right? The lessons may have more to do with believing, having faith, right? Understanding what it means to come together with another person, what it means to connect with another soul, what it means to find something that feels everlasting. You've been manifesting it, you've been asking for it. Are you going to believe it, right? Are you going to understand that this is something that is deserving? Are you going to be able to get out of your own way in order to allow it to unfold, right? So this person is all about living life to the fullest. They may definitely like to smoke a little bit of ganja. If you don't approve of that, then that is not your person, okay? This is something that this is something that you might approve of. This is something that the two of you might partake together. All right, I am being just led to that energetically, but there's a great deal of excitement and happiness in the connection, high on life sort of energy. So that really feels to me like a connection that is ripe for the picking because of the harmony that you feel within yourselves individually. It's allowing things to really unfold, like I said, organically and naturally. And it's also placing you in a position where you can get to know each other and you can build, right? You're not trying to refill your cup. You're not trying to look for somebody else to fill your cup. They're not looking for you to fill their cup. You're both already full. You're both already whole and you're meeting each other. So that feels really good to me. Okay. Yeah. You don't mind being independent. Okay. Both of you possibly have turned down many of connections, right? Many of dates, turned away many of people. Maybe you've been on multiple dates. You just haven't found one that has stuck the way that this person has. And that's also something that's going to feel very different. So let's pull some tarot. Let's pull from the good tarot deck. Getting to know each other. It says, as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. And that's why they are putting this sexually charged energy away. They don't want to lead with that. They don't want to come across as if that's all that they're focused on. They don't want to come off as that kind of girl or that kind of guy, even though that's very much so what's bubbling under the surface, right? They want to build a bond, right? They want it to last. They don't want to move too fast. They want to cultivate a comfortability and an understanding of one another that will help to assist in building a foundation for something that they really dreamed about, right? That they kind of may have written off. Or you. This person does want to be married. They might be experiencing a lot of their friends getting married. Or you, right? Just take it how it resonates. And it's something that they have wanted, but they've kind of fallen into some trouble in trying to accomplish this with the wrong people, right? So they kind of just put it to the back. But it's still a desire. It's very much so still a desire. It might even make them a little bit nervous when they meet you because it's like they can see that with you, but they don't want to lead with that. They don't want to get their expectations too high. They kind of just want to get to know you. Do we work, right? Do we fit? Do we mesh well? Okay. So their intentions initially, we have the Ace of Cups. You ain't never gonna believe. I mean, I guess you will with this sacred sexuality here. We have the Knight of Wands. So this person may visually, like, it's sort of like when you're approaching them, when the two of you go on your first date or whenever you went on your first date, they love the way you put it together. Okay. They feel like you are so fine, right? Very physically attracted to you. Even the way that you speak, the way that you assert yourself, the way that you carry yourself. It's just, chef's kiss. But that's not all, right? It's not just the physicality. They also can see a very nurturing side. They can see your softer side, even though everybody else can't see it. You know, Aquarians can sometimes get a bad rap, but that's just because people are not understanding. They don't get it, right? It's sort of like that. If you know, you know. Because when an Aquarius commits to you, it is for life most of the time, right? We're very loyal, sometimes loyal to a fault, but let's not harp on the negative shit. Let's not focus on the bad times, right? It is to say that if an Aquarius has their eyes set on you and hits you with that bow and arrow, baby, it's a treat. It is a treat that is unsuspected. Same goes for the sexual energy in the bedroom, bitch. You be surprising these people, okay? You got a whole Barney bag over there. Okay, you got all kind of tricks and whips and chains, okay? But don't love it on me. Yeah. But very much on the outside, that's not something that someone would know unless they made it that far, right? Unless they worked for it. The hard work does pay off, essentially. Right? So I love that you're not easy to get, and I feel like the wrong people won't like that. But this is not the wrong one. This person gets it. They understand it. It's understood. They understand the assignment, and they are stepping up to the plate. Okay? I just saw the Hangman at the bottom of the deck. They didn't have me grab it, but I do feel like that definitely signifies this dating card in the reverse. This person has taken a break from dating. They may have really, like, I'm hearing the term kissed a lot of frogs, like just meeting a lot of toads. And they kind of gave up on it. It's exhausting. Meeting a bunch of people that you are incompatible with, especially if you're not a player, it's just, it's exhausting. So let's see here. Their personality. Yeah, it's a very happy energy. This could be a Leo for some of you, right? But definitely fire energy for sure. They have it prevalently in their chart, specifically their moon sign, or you do. The Sun card for me is so beautiful though, right? This is somebody who's very optimistic. They try to look at the beauty in life. They've had a lot of not a lot, but they've had some significant connections that ended where they had to choose themselves. They had to walk away, right? It doesn't mean that all is lost because there's still a boat there, right? So they're kind of been waiting for their ships, waiting for their heart to be unleashed. I kind of see in this imagery, this is their heart chakra. It seems to be in the shape of a diamond, right? So it is something that they cherish. They do cherish people's feelings. They cherish your heart. If that is something that you gift them with, that is not something that they would play with. But if you'll notice, the imagery also has chains attached to it. So they've been holding on to theirs only because it has been taken advantage of before in the past, right? Because of this idea of them wanting this sort of life, they kind of were trying to make up a story in their mind about the wrong shit, okay? The wrong people. This is not a man or woman scorned. They've learned the lessons, okay? I feel your first impression of this person will be a very extroverted, very vibrant energy, okay? This is somebody who may definitely be very outgoing. Their favorite color might be yellow. They may love, their favorite flower might be the sunflower. This is someone who may have been born in the summertime, right? They love to be outside. They may very well have a green thumb. So they might, you know, garden. It doesn't matter if they identify as a masculine or feminine. That might be their thing. Okay. They may dream of having a garden for some of you. I'm hearing a lot of talk about garden, building, growing, right? Planting seeds, growing something, blooming something, right? This is somebody who definitely believes in the work. They believe if you plant the correct seeds, then you should be gaining the harvest that you deserve, right? The harvest in which you have planted. That has not happened for them yet, but they have not lost hope. So I do like that they're staying optimistic. Okay. Let's see here. And there's something about meeting you, okay, that's really giving them hope. It's like reigniting things in them that they feel like they've suppressed for a really long time, or just didn't know if they believed in it anymore, right? It's like, I believe in it because I saw it happen for other people, and I see it happening for other people. But on the same token, I've experienced so many losses in that area. Maybe it's just not in the cards, no pun intended, for me in this lifetime, right? So it's that kind of thing. They have the ability to be flexible and look at the glass half full, right? Because they have other areas in their life. Their cup is still full without a person. Beautiful. So it does feel fated that the two of you would meet. You could also feel the same sentiments of what I just explained, but they're just having me focus more on this person's energy than yours so that you can get a good idea of who you're dealing with. They feel like a very high-standing, upstanding person. Highly moral. Their first impression of you. Look. Look at this shit here, boy. They're not going to say it. Right? But they're taking mental notes about how well the two of you communicate, how much you have in common, how well the conversation is going. They're going to ask certain things about your family life, right? And if you have children, they're going to ask lots of questions about your kids, about, you know, your exes for sure, but not in the sentiment that they want to know what happened, like what they did to you or how it ended. They're going to want more want to know, like, what you would do differently, that sort of thing, or what you would have be different, you know, in reference to who you choose or who you don't choose, what your standards are, you know, your love language. They may use that type of verbiage. But first impression, King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. So they do see you as mom and dad, you know, husband and wife, right? Like, match made in heaven, okay? And it doesn't feel as trivial as I'm making it sound, right? It's just a little bit of a key, little jokey joke. Just a little jokey joke. It's not a joke to them, okay? I'm just let you know that. They just told me, stop fucking joking, girl. This is my guy. This is my girl. I need them to know how serious I am about this. I'm not joking. Empress, is it? I'm not joking. Okay. Got it. Queen of Cups. King of Cups. So they feel like you have a good hold over your emotions, right? Which is odd because people normally attach non-emotional energy to an Aquarius, which is not true. You know, we give you what you give, bitch. You get what you give. That's how it goes around here, around this motherfucker. But the King of Cups more specifically, right? It's sort of like that's how they see you initially, like up front. But the more the two of you talk, it's like the Queen of Cups shows up, okay? King of Cups is emotionally available, but more on the diplomatic side, right? This is more of a strong nurturer. This is someone who has a strength within their ability to be nurturing. This is someone who cares. And then I feel like they feel as though when they peel back the layers during conversation, they see that Queen of Cups energy, which is slightly softer side of you. They're not calling you a wimp. They're not calling you a puss. I promise you, they're not. They're just like, oh, okay. There's a strength within who you are initially, King of Cups. That doesn't, and they can feel that you're open to the possibilities and going with the flow. The more they're around you, each time they're around you, right? The more that the two of you engage one another, the more comfortable you become with one another. They're seeing peaks of that Queen of Cups, right? Which is that surprise, right? If you're able to get an Aquarius, it is a surprise, right? You show up very differently when you are emotionally involved with one, okay, romantically involved in a union, in a committed relationship. If someone can get you to that point, and it is work to do that, it is a beautiful surprise in the end, right? The Sun card right in the middle. So I love that. Okay, we have a Chariot. So they definitely want to move things along. This is somebody who will be consistent. For sure. The consistency is what they are hoping will allow you to see that they're honest, they're truthful, they have values, they have morals, they're serious about you, they're being intentional, they mean what they say what they mean. And what they mean is marriage, okay? This is the end goal. But they're going to keep this to themselves. They kind of just want to know what you believe in. What do you see in your future a year or two from now? So keep in mind that this person is not going to want to date you for 5 years before the two of you decide to move into the next level. They're ready to move now, but they're willing to work at your pace. They're willing to go at your pace. This is somebody who will very much so be very decided, right? They will be very decisive about you very early on. They're a good judge of character. In their mind, it's like, I've already decided on you on the first date for some of you, right? Very early on. I'm saying no later than the first month of knowing each other, they're decided, right? In their mind, it's like, now I know I must do the work in order to show you that I'm deserving of that, right? Like that we can do this, that this is fated. This is meant. Okay. Woo, this is a lot. Okay, so let's hop over to the extended, okay? If you're resonated with this message, if it feels right to you, all right? We're going to hop on over there and dig in a little bit deeper. What are the deal breakers? We're going to start with that, okay? Toxic traits. Are you toxic? You seem great. You seem like a great person. The sun card, come on. Everybody loves the sun. Yes, we want to frolic in the sun. Are you toxic? We need to know that, right? Why are they single? According to the divine. What are the obstacles that could potentially slow things down? Because we have the Chariot here. Let's see what the obstacles that can ensue that could slow things down from moving to where the two of you, well, where they want to go. Because we don't really know what you want. All of you will want something different, right? Potentially. You might really be into this person just as much. But we have the Three of Wands here, right? So that's about kind of waiting. How long is the wait? And what would be the reason? Okay. And we'll also see what their intentions are once they get to know you. Do they change once they feel like they have you? What does a life with this person look like? If you decide to invest, what are you setting yourself up for? Because they do want the 10 of Pentacles. What does that look like? Okay. A life with this person. And we'll look at some time frames. Okay. When you will meet this person, if you haven't already, when will this move into a higher level of commitment for those of you who are already engaging with this person? When will it go to the next level? When we be ready for this Chariot situation? We'll see what the potential outcome is, meaning will this survive into a union? Okay, and then we'll get some advice. So without further ado, click the like button and the subscribe button, the notification bell. I'm going to put the link for the extended reading down below in the description box, and I'm going to see y'all over there. Let's